We did the whole suite.
Yeah, we did.
Want to do we dare do three? Feeling good.
The second half I've got like that.
Yeah, let's not. I can't play mine either.
Yeah.
How about farewell?
There you go.
Is that one of our hits?
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
I've got as close to time.
Yeah.
So 1-4-1-4-1. Is that what we're doing? We didn't even get to. So 1-4-1-4-1, and then you can make the call.
This means play.
Take the books. Take the books. Take the books. And wait for our special
Well, yeah,
battle.
we'll have lots of time for this.
Get the books ready and while we're waiting for our Misbehave, it sounds good to me. It worked. I gotta remember to breathe before 41. That octave phrase we have. I'm never good on it because we never have.
Here's your time. This is it.
Last chance.
Tuning.
Yeah, that's nice.
The other one.
Oh yeah, I know. All right.
They're like on time today. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. We'll go 1 for 1. Hopefully get a little bit more.
Well, just make a signal. We'll do it for it. If he makes a signal, we'll do it for it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Dalhousie University's Fall Convocation. My name is Leslie Fillmore. I'm the Associate Vice President Academic, and I will be guiding us through today's ceremonies. Please be seated. So before we get started, I would just like to acknowledge and thank the Maritime Brass Quintet who have played us onto the stage and the Graduates Inn for all of our ceremonies. So to begin today, I would like to welcome Elder Tom Christmas to give us a Mi'kmaq welcome.
In a couple of minutes, you're going to feel like you're in church. Because I'm going to have to ask you to rise. Not right now. Not right now. But I was asked to say an opening prayer and to welcome each and every one of you. And I lost my cue. This is supposed to be in Mi'kmaq. Chilida, Tanay Mudio. Waladi, Dan Debri Dayo, Sikiwana, Dan Bengal Gunamazutijik. Uncle Dan Telpugudajik. Kad Mabugo called Mail Dada. A Hodas Walno, Dan Debri Dayo. A Hajik shook one more Gadman, said when. I am given the honor of saying, welcome. Welcome to Dalhousie, welcome to Halifax, to honor these wonderful, beautiful students that are graduating. And with that, I'm going to ask you to stand so I can say an opening prayer. When I said it was like church, it doesn't have to be. You could chat, talk, smile, laugh. This is a great place to be for a wonderful day for fantastic people. Kisuk holalia, dejikalo naga eginimuyak. A kisuk pivanimo, edawe maliama squidno la emoji egisco. As ik should have go a gawalas. Pivanimo. Chigamadas, Mujilain, when a Chigamadas down to Umidajik. Madam Mum said one, Walayuk. Katagiso Edoim said Walain. Creator, I am asking you to watch over these wonderful people as they spend their time celebrating the convocation with their child, grandchildren, nephews, and nieces. And I asked the Creator to watch over you while you are here in Halifax, and watch over you when you are traveling. Some of you have come a long distance. You guys are so serious. I can't even think. Dude, that's better. But I hope each and every one of you have a good day and a good celebration, but don't go too far with it. Thank you, Aladio. Amen. Adliyaj.
Wilalan, Elder Tom, always for your good advice and blessings. Thank you. No, you didn't. Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Lenape. We are all treaty people. There are three key components to this statement. The first is the acknowledgement that the land on which Dalhousie sits is part of Mi'kma'ki, the territory of the Lenape. The second is the acknowledgement of the territory as both ancestral and unceded, recognizing that the peace and friendship treaties signed between the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq did not involve surrender of the land. Finally, we are all treaty people reflects that the peace and friendship treaties apply to all parties involved, Indigenous and settler alike. At Dalhousie, we continue to work on and build on these critically important relationships and friendships and remain committed to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Committee report. We also recognize that African Nova Scotians are a distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched this part of Mi'kma'ki, known as Nova Scotia, for over 400 years. African Nova Scotians came to this province as enslaved or free people. And having resided in the region for over 400 years, African Nova Scotian contributions to Nova Scotia and Canada began over 150 years before Canada became a country. We here at Dalhousie are thankful to the Indigenous and African Nova Scotian faculty members, staff, students, administrators, and elders who partner with us in developing and enhancing pathway programs, admission guidelines, curriculum, creating welcoming spaces, and with our community partnerships. We know that we have much more to do to transform our colonial past towards a future of inclusive excellence. Today is a day of celebrations, the celebration of completions and the celebration of beginnings. As we proceed with the presentation of diplomas and degrees, we want the ceremony to reflect that celebration and not be too formal. If Elder Tom gave you a bit of an idea, make sure you smile. Make sure you smile as you come across the stage. Be enthusiastic, clap, cheer on your graduate and the newest members of our Dalhousie alumni family. This is your day, so go ahead, post your photos on social media, maybe tag us in a story on Instagram, and remember too, Convocation is being webcast, so you can enjoy it again and maybe again through the Dal website. Now I'd like to take a moment and introduce the individuals who participate in the ceremony. When I call your name, if you could please rise or give a wave so the audience knows who you are. First, Elder Tom Christmas, who gave you the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome just moments ago. Dr. Rust of Southwell, Chancellor. Dr. Kim Brooks, President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Chair of Senate. Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dean, Faculty of Health. Dr. Estelle Joubert, Assistant Dean, PhD Strategy with the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Jelana Lewis, Director of African Nova Scotian Community Engagement and University Beadle for this ceremony. And Dr. David Westwood, Professor with the School of Health and Human Performance, Faculty of Health, and our Convocation speaker. Also on stage today and in the audience are others who have contributed to and been committed to your success. These include faculty and staff who have been so instrumental in your success at Dalhousie. I'll ask those faculty and staff members who are with us today, whether on stage or in the audience, to rise or wave so we can acknowledge you. Your on-stage party. Okay, so now we're moving to the airplane portion of the ceremony. Before proceeding, please take a moment to familiarize yourselves with the exits in case of emergency. As the ceremony progresses, please be aware that members of the stage party may have to get up and move or stand to leave the stage area, just to accommodate any needs they may have. Graduates and guests, you are encouraged to do the same if need be. And also there's a quiet space located up one floor in room 401 if you need to step out and make use of it during the ceremony. We really appreciate your support in creating an inclusive environment for all. And now it is my very great pleasure to introduce the President and Vice Chancellor of Dalhousie, Dr. Kim Brooks.
Good afternoon. Thanks, Louise. Good afternoon. Let's talk about perspective. A couple of months ago, I gave a presentation to a group of people about why it could be helpful to think about their purpose, both individually and organizationally. Thinking about purpose helps you focus, prioritize, identify places of alignment, make tough decisions, strengthen your gut response to things, create a sense of energy and flourishing, and perhaps, most importantly on some days, stick with hard things. In orienting to how you might identify your sense of purpose, it can be helpful to think about the features that characterize an era. I asked the group to spend a minute. Oh, I'm going to take you all back to your classes, but anyway, here we go. I asked the group to spend a minute writing down what they thought characterized the era and then share what they had listed with the person beside it. Profs call this a think, pair, share exercise, and we are nerds. Anyway, I'd prepared a list in advance so that if people struggled, I could offer some suggestions. My list had geopolitical instability, our always-on culture, our inability to play a long game because of the focus on everything now, cynicism about institutions, including employers, universities, governments, and so on, increased isolation and loneliness, greater polarization, a lack of sense of contribution to something meaningful, less access to things historically considered good, for example, a house, relative income equality, growing food insecurity, and environmental crises, and rising disasters and displacement from climate change. People did what I asked. They quietly wrote their list, then they talked to each other, and then I asked for a volunteer to start a round-in where groups would share what they had discovered. The first woman who responded offered a list that sounded like this. Amazing technological advances that dramatically simplified elements of her life, the ability to hear a song in a store that she loved and effortlessly load it onto her phone, increased access to information, greater awareness of equality issues and fairness, a dramatic rise in renewable energy sources, new life-saving treatments, drugs, and procedures, more focus on mental health and well-being, and more gender equity in housework and child-rearing. This stopped me in my tracks. What was it about this era that had left me so focused on the harder things, the negative things, and so unbalanced in my assessment of what is possible? I mean, I am an optimistic person, and yet there is something about this moment that leads at least some of us, but not the woman who went first, to focus on the hard and challenging things. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be honest about what is real, we should. I believe we can only approach challenges by being rigorous and thoughtful and by coming to understand and appreciate underlying conditions and realities. We can't elide challenges and hope to successfully address them or at least take steps that will be ameliorative. But neither can we forget that the world is filled with much good. And that brings me to our graduates. The work you have done in your programs has equipped you with not just knowledge, but compassion. You've gained a deep understanding of human anatomy, physiology, and pathology. You've developed expertise in patient assessment and diagnostic techniques, mastered clinical skills for treatment and care, learned about pharmacology and the latest medical technologies, honed your ability to communicate with empathy and precision, worked across interdisciplinary teams to deliver holistic care, and gained knowledge in public health, disease prevention, and health promotion. You've explored ethics, health policy, and the social determinants of health, all while embracing innovation in healthcare delivery and digital health tools. In this moment of perhaps unprecedented global challenge, you give me hope. You've embraced the latest innovations in technology and patient care, and you've held on to something timeless, the desire to help others and to make a meaningful difference in the lives of individuals and communities. And as you step into the world, you bring with you the ability to tackle the hardest challenges of our time, public health crises, health inequities, and the ongoing impact of climate change on global health. You have already shown that you are not daunted by the scale of these challenges. Instead, you are ready to face them with creativity, collaboration, and a commitment to building a healthier, more equitable world. You are the bridge between what is and what can be, and your work will shape a future where healthcare is not just about curing diseases, but about fostering thriving, resilient communities. We are incredibly proud of you. Congratulations, 2024 graduates.
Thank you, Preston Brooks. We will now commence with the conferring of degrees, so I would ask graduates, if you are able, to please stand. And if not, you can wave to your friends virtually or in person. Sorry, I forgot where we are. Perfect. Chancellor Southwell, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees upon those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by Senate. Admito vos ad gradum. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Graduates, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Today, as you cross the stage, you will transition from being students to being alumni. For some of you, this may not even be your first time. In recognition of this, Chancellor Southwell, you may greet him with either a handshake or with your right hand over your heart, and your dean over here will present you with a pin. This pin serves as a reminder not only of your time at Dalhousie, but of the impact you've had as students and the potential you hold to shape the future. We hope you will wear it with pride. I will now call upon Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dr. Estelle Joubert, and Ella McDonald, an orator and alum from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today to receive degrees.
Chancellor Southwell, I am honored to present the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Health who have fulfilled the requirements for the Diploma in Health Science. Bridget Bierman. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Diploma in Health Science. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Bachelor of Health Science. Grace Elizabeth Hartland, with distinction. Megan Marion Iwasco, with distinction. Brianna Margaret Kaiser. Laura Marie Taylor. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Health Science. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Alexis Kelsey Keynes. Monet Adderley. Laura DeBert Romilly. Omar El Salus. Denver Jillian Frazier. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Olivia Rose Acree. Olive Oluwatobiloba Adeoye. Kweku Acha Ajiari. Enuoluwapo Hannah Akinbisola Amzart with distinction. Ruba Adele Ahmed Alameri with distinction. Grayson Ruth Ann Appleby Kane. Jennifer Faith Archibald with distinction. Laura Grace Ehrenberg. Hirishikesh Baburaj. Katarina Janine Bateman. Megan Page Bateman, with distinction. Joshua Joseph Benoit, with distinction. Ifeolu Adedoyin Boye Owulabi. Bailey Starr Bowen, with distinction. Anna Elizabeth Brogan, with distinction. Dara Angela Jamit Chavez, with distinction. Wanji Choi. Ella Claire Alguire Camo. Hannah Kathleen Corey. Marielle Helen Courage Frayne. Milen Emma D'Entremont. Kushbubin Chunilal Dabi. Savannah Shirlene D'Entremont, with distinction. Megan Michelle Dobbin, with distinction. Kathleen Isabel Donald, with distinction. Carrie Rose Downing, with distinction. Zane Esson, with distinction. Adam Enders. Samantha Meisner Fader, with distinction. Olivia Colleen Marlene Falconer, with distinction. Sarah Catherine Falkenham, with distinction. Silvana Fenianos, with distinction. Ashley Rebecca Forler, with distinction. Sarah Nicole Foster, with distinction. Tammy Lee Gale, with distinction. Chelsea Margot Garrison Bastarash. Brittany Angela Geezer, with distinction. Morgan Eileen Gray. Georgia Mercedes Meehan Hall, with distinction. Wesley Maxwell Harding, with distinction. Emma Catherine Hardinger. Rebecca Hatcher, with distinction. Jessica Suzanne Hatfield. Megan Hebert, with distinction. Sky Carmen Hess, with distinction. Rachel Ailish Hunter. Emina Ibrahimovic, with distinction. Maria Gwyneth Kirsten Merahas Ilagan. Lauren Jane Elizabeth Jardine. Gabrielle Carol Jenkins, with distinction. Alexa Marie Jeffrey. Courtney Dorothy Jodry, with distinction. Faruzan Keshavarsi, with distinction. McKenna Sage Laceby, with distinction. Jillian Lapointe, with distinction. Kiana Louise Laporte. Emily Grace Leaf. Stephanie Elizabeth Leet, with distinction. Emmy Maria Lines. Christina Matuk. Rebecca Jean McDonnell. Cody David McKillop. Rachel Sierra Marsman, with distinction. Brennan Robert Joseph Marks, with distinction. Maggie Rose McCauley. Hannah Catherine McGeehan, with distinction. Colin Darrell McGregor. Jessica Jade McLaughlin. Sarah Ann McLennan, with distinction. Chloe Grace McLeod, with distinction. Abby Gail Miller, with distinction. Kennedy Kirkland Miller, with distinction. Montana Millett. Jana Kinesis Montgomery, with distinction. Jensen Joseph Morvan. Molly Charlotte Evangeline Morinville. Rebecca Vivian Murphy. Kit Morse. Eve Elizabeth Muir, with distinction. Margot Elizabeth Murray. Molly Kathleen O'Neill, with distinction. Anna Margaret Parsons. Lauren Perry. Erin Elizabeth Pilcher, with distinction. Kay Aliana Elago Pollenton. Taylor Ann Rayfuse, with distinction. Hannah Teresa Grace Reardon. Alexis Elizabeth Reed. Hannah Lynn Richardson. Hannah June Risser. Michael Jeffrey Robinson, with distinction. Nicole Andrea Rosenow Redhead, with distinction, and joined on stage by Joshua and Marcus. Amanda Marie Sabin, with distinction. Jake Bakara Salasalan. Tegan Rianne Shentrup, with distinction. Emma McGill Sheridan. Megan Katie May Smythe. Benjamin Andrew Spencer. Anok Noel Milu Sturkle. Abigail Lauren Stewart, with distinction. Fawn Allison Stewart, with distinction. Mason Marie Stylen, with distinction. Kelsey Stoddard. Fallon Judy Ashley Swim. Alexandra Carmel Senkiorgi, with distinction. Jerica Lee Tebow. Summer Anna Louise Thistle. Emily Marie Ann Webb. Kaylee Emma Wenzel, with distinction. Grayson Faith Wenzel. Michaela Williams, with distinction. Jaden Mary Wilson. Elaine Francis Wright, with distinction. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy. Jaden Alexander Grant. Brennan Thomas Shabib. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies who have fulfilled the requirements for the Graduate Diploma in Orthoptics and Ophthalmic Medical Technology. Sydney Elizabeth Stoges. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Graduate Diploma in Orthoptics and Ophthalmic Medical Technology. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Arts. Julia Bedell. Simran Bamra. Emily Ann Burke. Ashley Grace Preston. Francesca Grace Rhodes. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Master of Arts. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Nursing. Deborah Melissa Balser. Alana Lee Diel. Trisha Lynn Elliott. Lindsay Dawn Gallant. Amanda Catherine Hines. Robert Joseph Truman Kennedy. Allison Dawn McMillan. Tara Lila Welton. Atika Yakubi. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Master of Nursing. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science. Esther Pamela Benito. Molly Kathleen Korish. Alexandra Amelia Jean Zed Finless. Masume Golampur Chefili. Jashin Hu. Samantha Rose Jean Margaret Grennan. Maggie Elizabeth Locke. Kathleen Ann McClellan. Allison Lynn Prosser. Pilar Beatriz Robinson Gonzalez. Juliet May Rowe. Lindsay Tascona. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Master of Science. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Therapy. Armita Amiri. Brooklyn Diana Denise Andrea. Bria Lynn Bates. Jessica Lee Blades. Madison Jane Burbage. Andrea Kate Chan. Lydia Sin Yi Chong. Hannah Nicole Cormier. Kelsey Elizabeth Crocker. Alana Louise Curry. Grace Annabelle Daniels. Juan Camilo de la Rosa. Abby Grace Delaney. Julia Ann Dickinson. Jade Frazier. Taylor Gazard. Cynthia Dominique Gaussian. Hannah Grace Gillis. Stephanie May Goodwin. Mohammed Nasser Jabber. Madeline Eleanor Margaret Johnson. Emily Nicole Kay. Katie Dale Kierstead. Cameron Rose Longley. Andrew Robert McDonald. Monica Ann McDonald. Samantha Reese Mann. Matthew Joseph Mirando. Jamie Elizabeth McCain. Nicholas Raymond McCormick. Mary Jean McMaster. Nicholas Michael Menzies. Ardith Kathleen Elisa Morgan. Gabrielle Samantha Neal. Olivia Jean Old. Rebecca Rose Oley. Lucas Maven Jamie Osmond. Olivia Michelle Osmond. Brittany Colette Pitt. Ellen Jane Petrie. Kalina May Pittman. Brittany Danielle Plume. Hannah Taylor Potts. Anelka Remedios. Jimin Shin. Tressa Ann Rogers, occupational therapy post-professional. Isabel Alexandra Slocum. Emma Toole. Alexandra Jordan Vragovich. Larissa Lee White. Megan Elizabeth White. Wilson. Adrian Wright. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Master of Science in Occupational Therapy.
Chancellor Southwell, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is the highest earned degree awarded by the university, and as such, represents the culmination of the candidate's educational achievement. I am pleased to present the following candidates who, through thesis and examination, have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor Southwell, the awarding of the PhD degree completes a long cooperation between the student and their thesis advisor. We are pleased in this ceremony also to recognize the supervisor of the doctoral candidate, and we ask the supervisor to stand, if present, and join the graduate following hooding. Following the awarding of the degree, our newest PhD graduates are asked to join the faculty on stage.
Emily Kathleen Drake, Doctor of Philosophy in Health, and joined on stage today by Charlotte. Carson Hallowell, Doctor of Philosophy in Health. Laura Jean Kennedy, Doctor of Philosophy in Health. Gabriella Michelle Luongo, Doctor of Philosophy in Health. Caitlin Ruth Sibbald, Doctor of Philosophy in Health. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor Southwell, it is with profound respect and honor that I present the posthumous degree of Master of Science in Occupational Therapy to Meredith Bryson Brown. Today, we remember not only her remarkable achievements, but the spirit with which she approached life. Meredith was a tireless advocate for individuals with disabilities, inspiring her peers and community through her dedication and compassion. Her commitment to making the world a better place was evident in all she did, from her wildlife rehabilitation efforts to her activism on behalf of students. As her parents, Lois and Paul, accept this degree on her behalf, let us carry forward her legacy of kindness and courage. Meredith once said, "Please put love and light out into the world. Be kind. Stick up for people and animals that need help. And be kind to yourself." May we honor her memory by embodying these words in our own lives.
After that difficult moment, but an inspiring moment, thank you for being here. Thank you, Ella, for your words and all your skill in reading all the names today, all of them. I think it's in this moment that we realize the importance of friends and family for our graduates here. So I'd like to first congratulate once again all the graduates. But now we'd also like to call attention to your friends and family. Whether you're here today with us, or watching online, or somewhere else in the world thinking of your graduate, we know Convocation is an important occasion for you as well, and you want to recognize the support that your family and friends give to you along the way. So, this is your turn. Your family and friends have been cheering you on. Please rise and show your appreciation for your friends and family. Oh, come on, nursing. I heard you cheer louder than that. That's great. You may be seated. I'd like to now call upon Dean Merritt to introduce today's Convocation speaker.
Thank you, Leslie. It's my pleasure to introduce today's Convocation speaker, Dr. David Westwood. Dr. Westwood was born and raised in Mississauga, Ontario, and has been a professor of kinesiology at Dalhousie since 2002. Starting his post-secondary education at the University of Waterloo in 1997 and finishing in 2001, David earned his Bachelor of Science degree in kinesiology, later his Master of Science degree and PhD. He went on to become a postdoctoral fellow in psychology at the University of Western Ontario between 2001 and 2002. Dr. Westwood has been highly involved in leadership with the Dalhousie Faculty Association since 2018, serving as president 4 times. And I've had the privilege to work with him in this capacity, and it's been a privilege. In his spare time, he competes in coaches and organizes squash, we can go both ways, squash, which by his account is the world's greatest sport. And I believe we've opened up some opportunity for debate on that last point. It's with pleasure that I invite Dr. Westwood to give the Convocation address.
Okay, well, good afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Merritt, for the lovely introduction. And I don't think there's really much debate about which sport is the superior sport. Well, welcome to entertain alternative opinions after the session. So good afternoon, everybody. Boy, I love Convocation. The energy in this room is fantastic, and who wouldn't want their own personal hype machine reading their name to them every morning? I want her to say my name. That was great. Very, very privileged to be here today, and thank you for the opportunity to address Convocation. And I didn't realize I was going to be basically the last thing today, so I'm sorry. I'll try to be really short. I think I have about 10 minutes or so. And so after 22 years here at Dalhousie, it's been quite a ride. This is my first time speaking at Convocation, so I'm a little nervous. And I understand they originally had Taylor Swift lined up to be here today, but I guess she didn't survive the first round of budget cuts, so sorry, you're left with me. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. So Convocation, I mean, some of you, this is your second or maybe even third. Some of you, it's your first, but this is, I don't know, my 17th Convocation or something. And it's always a great time, and it's very fun. I mean, look at these amazing costumes, right? It's like an early Halloween party up here. And the gowns are my personal favorite. You can store like tons of cookies and snacks in here. I was like, up at the front though, I wasn't able to munch away because I was at the center there, but I don't know why we don't wear these things more often. So I was told I had 10 minutes, which, you know, if you know any of your professors, as I'm sure you can relate, sounds a lot more like just keep talking until you run out of things to say, or everybody gets up and starts leaving. So my apologies if I run a little bit long on this. Okay, so Google tells me I should begin this address with a joke, which I thought was a little risky, but I'm going to try, see if I can pull it off here. So here goes. So like I said, this is my first time speaking at Convocation, and kind of a high-pressure situation. Some of my bosses are up here on stage, including the president of the university, so lots are at stake here, and I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare, so I thought, well, what would any other good student do in this situation? ChatGPT. I didn't know how to use it, to be honest, so somebody told me you have to download this little app on your phone, so I did, and I typed in here, Convocation speech, Faculty of Health, 10 minutes roughly, and see what it comes up with. Well, I was quite impressed with what it came up with. What I wrote down was much worse than what ChatGPT came with, so I'm just going to go with the ChatGPT version, as long as you're okay with that. So here it is. Just read it verbatim. So good afternoon, distinguished guests, graduates, and families. Let me be the first to congratulate you all for graduating from insert name of university here. Sounds a bit odd, but I guess, okay, AI isn't quite perfect yet. All right, I'm just kidding. All joking aside, I have 3 points that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully you may find some of them interesting or useful. First one, that I've learned, life never really goes quite as you planned. Maybe you've noticed that along your journey. Despite all your best efforts and hard work, and I'm sure there was plenty of both of those things, sometimes things just don't work out. There'll be plenty of difficult times ahead, Probably you've been through some already, and there will be bad things probably that happen in your life, like happened to all of us. You might not get that job you want. You might fail that exam, hopefully not too many of them, or somebody or yourself may fall sick and ill. The problem with all this bad stuff is that you don't really have to hunt very hard to find it. It seems to have a way of finding you. And when it gets in your face, it's really difficult to ignore, and it's easy to consume all your thought and energy. It's in your face, and it's very difficult to ignore. But the reality is, if you look around, there's just as much good out there as there is bad. Sometimes it's a little harder to see, and sometimes it takes a little bit more effort to look for it and to notice it when it's there. That's been my experience. Some days, it may be hard to find anything to think good that happened to me or to somebody today. It may be something as simple or small as a beautiful sunset, and those who've been in Halifax lately may have noticed several times this week we've had these amazing sunsets. Just a little pop of color at the end of the day. It may be a small bright spot in what otherwise may have been a very difficult and stressful day for you. It may be the beautiful fall colors that we're fortunate to enjoy here in Nova Scotia at this time of year. It doesn't need to be a big thing, but something. We all need that little bit of positive energy to recharge our batteries and get past the difficult situations. So what I encourage you to do in your life as your career unfolds is don't forget to seek out and look for the good things, even though they might not be the most obvious at a certain point in time. And when you do find them, give yourself permission to take time and enjoy them. Linger a little. You deserve it. We all deserve it. Don't be afraid to take a moment for yourself and take it in. And if you haven't noticed something good happening to you today, maybe you could be the good thing that happens in somebody else's day. Giving a smile to a stranger on the street or saying a kind word to a colleague, giving somebody a pat on the back and saying, good job. Life is too short, and we're all in this together. Okay, that was number one. Number two, there were three things, so we're a third of the way there. Maybe you've noticed, if you listen to the news, kind of hard to ignore these days, but we need some good leadership out there. We're a little lacking in that department, I'd say, around the world. We need people who are willing to take on difficult tasks and to take responsibility for getting things done and doing a good job with it. I see a lot of potential candidates out there for leadership, if I'm being really honest. I was very impressed to see all the things you've managed to accomplish in your lives already. But for most of us, opportunities to lead or to take on extra responsibility aren't exactly the greatest things to add to your plate. You're already busy people. Who wants to add more work or stress to their life? Things are difficult enough already. Why would I take on even more work? I get that. That was my experience. Dean Merritt mentioned that I've been fortunate to have an opportunity to be one of the leaders of the Faculty Association, which is a union of 1,000 academic staff at this university. Wasn't something I imagined in my future as an aspiring PhD student who walked across a stage much like this at the University of Waterloo about 30-ish years ago, let's call it. I wanted to be a professor. I am a professor, and I love what I do. I love teaching. I love being in the classroom, working with folks like yourself. So when the director of my school at the time, Lorraine Raymond, who I thought might be here today, but I don't think is, came to me one day and said, hey, we need somebody to be the leader of the Faculty Association. What do you think? I was like, I think no. That doesn't really sound like an awful lot of fun if I'm being really honest with you. I got enough going on right now, and that sounds like nothing but problems if I'm being really honest. But some little voice in the back of my head, a really annoying, irritating little voice, kind of said to me, well, you know, somebody's got to do it. Like, why not us? And I thought, okay, maybe I'll give it a try. And I have to tell you, despite all my reservations, I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised, with all the new opportunities and experiences that it offered me that I had never contemplated or imagined. Ways of seeing the world through a number of different people's point of view that I'd never considered before. Getting to know many more of my colleagues. I've probably met and dealt with most of the people on this stage I may not otherwise have done had I not accepted that opportunity to take on that role. So while it's come with a fair amount of stress and anxiety at times, I'm not going to lie about that, it's been an amazing learning opportunity that I wasn't looking for, but when it presented, something in me told me to go for it. And so I would encourage each of you, when those opportunities present themselves, give it some thought. Don't be too quick to say no, because you may be pleasantly surprised that it pulls you in a new direction that you hadn't anticipated. As Erin Hansen put it in her poem, and I only know her name because I've seen this meme on the internet, and I thought I better verify this isn't something like Donald Trump said. So I looked it up, and it's Erin Hansen wrote it in this poem, and I've kind of paraphrased it a little bit. So you ask, What if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? You never know how things might turn out. It might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay, that's point number 2. Point number 3, see, we're almost done. Actually, as I look more carefully at my notes, I actually only had 2 points. The first one was the joke. So good news, folks. I'm coming to the end here. Starting to feel a little bit like maybe I'm the last thing standing between you and dinner reservations and the rest of your life, so I'll just stop talking and wrap it up. So I would just like to pile on with all the other folks who said congratulations to all of you for what you've achieved. We've all, and most of in the audience, have been through this as well. We know what it's like. It's not an easy job to do what you've done, and thank you for choosing health. As somebody who's turning 50 this year, I'm very pleased to see how many new health professionals are coming into our community, so thank you for doing that, and thank you for spending time with us here at Dalhousie. We know you have your choice of institutions, and we're glad that you chose us. We're all privileged to spend a little bit of time with you. Don't be a stranger. When you find yourself in the Halifax area, we'd love you to come back and say hello. Every one of your professors, I'm sure, would love to hear how things have turned out for you and to come back and say hi when you get the chance. So congratulations, enjoy the rest of your day, and best wishes for a happy future.
Thank you so much, Dr. Westwood. Just for the record, that was under 10 minutes. And you did start with a joke, which was squash is the best sport in the world. in all serious note, thank you very much for reminding the graduates that the road in their careers is not always a straight one. It's full of double backs and pauses. But to find the small positives in those negative moments is such an important thing to do, whether you're in a team or in a leadership position, and that will help you move forward along the way. So thank you for those words. I also have a few other thank yous to do. This is our fourth of the 4 convocations in the fall. So I would like once again to thank Elder Tom from Mala for coming down and giving us the welcome. When we process out, you will hear a song that accompanies the beadle as we go, and that is the Mi'kmaq Honor Song, and we thank George Paul, who's the composer, for permission to play this honor song as we leave the auditorium. We'd also like to thank the Dalhousie Arts Center staff who support us both at the front and back of house. So they're all backstage telling us when to come on, they're getting you into your seats, so thank you very much to those staff. And then the last team that I'd like to thank, who are, of course, behind the scenes and really behind the scenes, because I see a couple of them, but not very many of them, is the Registrar's Office. These team of people are in contact with you from the very beginning, from when you apply, to when you accept, to when you enroll in classes, to when you finish your degree, and to organizing these ceremonies to celebrate your accomplishment. So I'd really like to recognize those very behind the scenes people who are very important to this journey. Graduates, today you were led into this ceremony and will be led out by our beadle, who will be carrying the new dawn staff of place and belonging. This staff is not merely a ceremonial object, but it is a representation of our diverse community here at Dalhousie. It's filled with symbols, materials, and textures that reflect the richness and diversity of individuals like you, who have and will continue to be lifelong members of the Dalhousie global community, which includes more than 160,000 alumni worldwide. Graduates and guests, the business of convocation is concluded. Please allow faculty and graduates to exit from the room first, led by our beadle. And congratulations again.
Give me dead manage, Don Delio no deal, nigga much good, my we done it. Give me dead manage, Don what a big soul deal, nigga much good, abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, Dan gisuk teliga haluk sigo ulau si amo we a heu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya hey yo give me dead manage Don Delio no deal nigga much good my we done it give me dead manage Don what a big soul deal nigga much good abahon madultinet abahon madultinet Dan gisuk teliga haluk sigo ulau si amo we a heu we yo we ha yo yo we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya hey yo give me dead manage Don Delio no deal nigga much good my we done it give me dead manage Don what a big soul deal nigga much good abahon madultinet abahon madultinet Dan gisuk teliga haluk sigo ulau si amo we a heu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya hey yo we yo we ha ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya hey yo give me dead manage Don Delio no deal nigga much good my we done it give me dead manage Don ga mach to abahon madultine abahon madultine dan gisul teliga luk sigu ulau sik amo we a heu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha